So we find ourselves once again, y'all, black people from all across the world, all across the diaspora, as Dr. Umar loves to say, looking at King Kong conscious, trying to understand, is Dr. Umar going to lie again? Of course he is. Okay, that's the answer to that question now. Now, as I click into this video, I just skimmed through the beginning. I didn't watch it, really, any of this, okay? So when I click into this, I'm going to have to rewind. We're going to see what he's saying. We're going to watch it together. Okay, let's go. Make sure we at the very beginning. All right, this is it. Let's go.
If you're taking money from white folks, it comes with conditions. Every Negro in America knows every white dollar comes with conditions. So if I am serious about helping black people as a politician, a preacher, a community activist, I don't take money from white folks. Now, here's the bigger question. Black people in America are a $2 trillion economy. We're the richest group of Africans.
Okay, so he's saying you can't take money from white folks. But isn't Dr. Umar, has he already taken an FBI deal? Which I believe 100% he got an FBI deal. So already he kind of lying to us. All right. Now he gonna throw some stats at us. He always throw a bunch of stats. All right. Because he knows a lot of people that listen to him, when they hear somebody say stats, they feel, oh, look how smart he is. That's the deception. That's how he gets you. Act a little smarter than you. He gonna give you a bunch of numbers, try to validate what he just said. Let's go.
On the face of the earth, we're the 10th richest economic power in the world. Why do we care about taking money from white folks? How about we stop spending $2 billion on Air Jordans every year?
How about this? Green money is green money. I don't care taking money from white. Listen, at the end of the day, money is green. Okay. I don't care ratios. The money is going to be green in my hands, and in my bank account, it's just a bunch of numbers. Okay. What you mean by that, Dr. I don't understand. Okay, does me taking money from a white person hurt the black community? No. What are you talking about?
How about we stop spending $4 billion on liquor and alcohol every year? How about we stop spending $1 billion on chicken?
Now, notice how Dr. Umar, he says things that he's not wrong. Okay? Don't make videos against what Dr. Umar says for the most part. Some of these he says, they're not wrong. Like he talking about why we spend all this money on Jordans. Watch this.
In the world, why do we care about taking money from white folks? How about we stop spending $2 billion on Air Jordans every year? How about we stop spending $4 billion?
Now, is that black people spending $2 billion? I don't know if that's true. It maybe $2 billion is spent on Air Jordans every year, but I don't know if that's black people doing that. Okay, but I do agree that we need to stop buying Air Jordans. I've been said that. I remember I bought Jordans years ago. My first pair of Jordans when I was in high school. I got my first job. I paid $100-something. I said I paid $100 for these sneakers, and I thought they was better. They was just like every other sneaker. And I said, I ain't never paying no more than $50 for sneakers in the day of my life. And now you see me, all my sneakers, I won't pay more than $45 for sneakers. Okay, I got sneakers the other day, cost me $20, and they was $100-something sneakers, but I got over $20. I said, I will not pay any more than this price no matter what happens. So I agree with Dr. Umar on that tip. Okay, when it comes to why we spending money on certain things. But he's giving you truth, all right, to validate a lie. Because a good liar can use the truth to like the devil, he can use the truth and mix it with a lie. When the truth is mixed with a lie, it becomes a lie, fully a lie. Not to say the truth disappears, but what he's creating is a lie from the truth. You understand what I'm saying? It's like taking a good person and trying to put them, around bad people to do bad things. The person may be good, but you're putting them around bad people. Maybe they don't even know they're doing something bad. Maybe you lied to them and told them to come to an event or to do something to support something that they don't really know, which is what Dr. Umar does all the time. Okay.
Liquor and alcohol every year. How about we stop spending $1 billion on chicken, turkey, beef, and pork, financing our own cancer? Why don't we stop doing that? You see that? Why we buy 3 times the amount of Mercedes-Benzes as white folks, but yet we have less than 1/3 of the wealth of white people? You see that? Will Smith said.
See again, what he's saying now wrong. We talk about us trying to buy flashy cars, all this kind of stuff, but we can't afford it. That's true. That's not a lie. But why is he saying this? And he's not the first. Dr. Umar's not the first person to do this. Okay, I gotta say that. There are plenty of people, kind of that do the exact same thing. They hit you with the truth. And for people that don't understand how they come, how these men come, or how these women come, they hit you with the truth. They hit you with truth from a variety of angles. And they do this to make you drop your guard. Okay, as con artists, and I've said this in a lot of my videos, they want you to drop your guard. Drop your guard. Stop looking at me critically. Drop your guard. Will you please drop your guard so I can steal from you? I'm trying to steal from you, but you make it hard for me. Because you keep on thinking critically. You keep on trying to analyze me. Drop your guard, please. Come on. Don't you know that black folks spend so much money on frivolous things? Well, Dr. Umar, you're right about that. Right. So if I'm right about that, well, why would you look at me as a liar? Stop looking at me. I'm your brother, okay? Now give me your money. See, that's how you do it. He's not going to say that, okay? But he comes and hits you with the truth, and he does the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Something. Will Smith said this. Will Smith said, black people spend too much money they do not have, buying things they do not need to impress people they don't even like. Get your financial priorities in order. You will never have political power until you have economic organization. We need Black Wall Street Boston. That should be the whole conversation. Black Wall Street Boston. If you're a preacher, politician, community organ, Black Wall Street Boston. That means a black hospital for Black Boston, a black independent school, not no charter. I said,
Dr. Umar, you're talking about black schools, all kind of stuff, and black hospitals. But Dr. Umar, you are a scammer. Who's a scam schools? Look at some of these comments real quick, y'all. I forgot to do it in my last videos. I apologize for that, y'all. School up and running, right? This person says, this Iceman Vamp says, school up and running, right, Umar? Let's look at the reply to that. Of course not. He is on something. Hyped up. Screaming and snacking. This is Pink Lisp, okay, 77. Being known as a scammer will be his legacy. Let that sink in. When he dies, that's what will be said whenever the name is mentioned. These interviews are a big part of the problem. They like Umar because he is popular and brings an audience. Umar likes them because they don't ask him real questions. Or he's on the real interview, right. And they don't hold him accountable. Well, of course. Let's go.
independent school for Black Boston, Black supermarket, Black bank. We need Black Wall Street Boston.
Now, you've been organizing this school for many years.
Yes, sir.
People have applauded what you are doing, but it is a very difficult task.
Yes. Gotcha.
So, even in that, how do, giving that hill, climbing with that
Yes, sir.
process.
Yes, sir.
Man, the way they're beating you up, I might not be.
You can't stand.
I think Umar had was grinning. He was grinning from ear to ear, like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted you to deliver me that question. Just make it, it's forget a softball. Just give me just throw a wiffle ball. Just throw an invisible ball. Don't even, just make it so easy for your boy. And I paid y'all good money to make sure that y'all do it. I asked y'all, I said, look, please. The questions, make them easy. Make the questions very, very easy. And that's exactly what y'all are doing. It's just, I love it. I'm so glad that he just smiling like, he just said, you know, with Dr. Umar, you study him, which I do. That's sad to say, okay, all these videos. I'm not trying to actually study him, truth be told, but I can't help it. Okay, I look at the counters, I can't help but notice stuff. You notice that a lot of times he'll squint his eyes when he's about to lie, or like if he's about to like, almost everything out of his mouth is a lie. I'm sad to say, but sometimes I like to say that's all the truth. But at least when he's on camera, I should say, it's a lot of lies coming out of his mouth. But I know a lot of times when he squints his eyes, because he's not going deep in thought. He's going deep in a lie. Okay, he is going deep in thought, I should say. But the thought is about the next lie he's about to say. Okay.
Giving that hill, climbing with that
Yes, sir.
process.
Yes, sir.
Man, the way they're beating you up, I might not be.
You can't stand up for African people and not expect to get beat down by African people.
Talk about it again.
Because our conditioning from the plantation makes it so. Don't ever say, I want to fight for my people if you're not ready to fight your people. You got to fight.
See, and the thing about Dr. Umar, I haven't said this enough, is that when you watch him, the sum of everything he says, because I always listen to what people say, I add up what they say is math. Everything in this world is actually some form of math, okay, at the end of the day. Okay, and that's a whole other thing I can talk about, but not right now. But when people speak, add up what they say, okay? I take the things he's saying, I add up. And every time I add up what Dr. Umar says, it always equals to black people are dumb, stupid, less educated, foolish, and are always on a fool's journey and on a fool's ride. Okay, seriously, when you listen to what he's saying, you will always get that coming out of as a sum from what Dr. Umar is saying. You do the Umar math. Oh, seriously. And to me that's why I always say I believe that Umar works for the FBI. Because when you add up what he's saying, the things that you get from it are always against black people. Always. Always. And it's always, at the end of the day, hate for us. Even though he says he's pro-black, if you actually add up what he's saying, like right now, look what he says. He said, look, and then you can't do anything. He said, look, at the end of the day, you can't do anything to help black folks without black folks hating on you, okay? And he's very loose with his speech also. How about I say, like, now, at the end of the day, if Dr. Umar really had love for black folks, right? Because me and my public speaker myself, when I speak in the black community, like Dr. Umar says he does, okay? I actually really do this stuff. And I'm very, very careful when it comes to things, like, for example, when I'm street preaching, right? Whatever I'm doing, or work with my community group, okay? I have those two different things I'm doing, okay? In both of those lanes I'm doing these things, when I'm speaking to people, or I'm talking to the youth, I've been a youth, been working with the youth, okay? A type of youth pastor, all kinds of I've done, okay? My short life, okay? I can tell you now, I'm speaking to people, or speaking to the youth, I can tell you now that I'm very, very careful when it comes to making generalities and just saying certain things because I don't want someone's mind to go in the wrong place. Okay, so for example, it's true that I've encountered black folks that have been rude before. I've even been robbed before by black people. I've literally had guys try to rob me. Okay, one time I got paid and some guys tried to rob me and I had to fight them off, but they got my phone. My phone popped off of the clip I had. Okay, but I'm not going to say, oh, black guys, all they try to do is rob you and this and this happened to me. Okay, unless it's absolutely necessary that I bring that up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not, but Dr. Umar, he's always rushing to the negative. He's always rushing to say something negative about us. Okay, to put a picture in your mind that the black people are your enemy also, and it feeds into, okay, the American ideology that black people are below, we're stupid, we're at the end of the day apish. At the end of the day, we're animalistic, okay? He always pushes that, and he pushes as if to say, well, I'm pushing that because, it's out of love. It's tough love for my own people that I love so much. But it's not tough love when he's scamming us, and he's scamming people, and we know for a fact that he's doing it beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's scamming people. When you know that he's a scammer, and then you look at his rhetoric, you look at what he's saying, and you add it up, it will make you say to yourself, what is he trying to do? Is he A, just a dumb speaker, or is he B, a plan? Like Umar himself, not a plan, I should say a project, I should say, okay? Is he a project? Is he just a dumb speaker, or is he a project? I believe that he's a project. I believe that he's something that has been concocted and spit out on us, and he's not the first project to be spit out on black folks. Just like in the slave towns, when they had slaves, they would put out, okay, to make the slaves think a certain way, to act a certain way. They wouldn't just whip slaves. They actually had slaves, okay, that masters would put things in their mind and say, I want you to teach this, say that, and push the slaves in a certain direction, okay? And those slaves may be the house nigga slaves or whatever it case be, but they were slaves that they were sent out to control the workers. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Dr. Umar actually is. All right, that's what he truly is. But he's a 2025 future slave controller. That's what he really is. And when I look at that, that's why it interests me when I watch his videos to see like what is going to come out of his mouth. And the message that comes out of no. I used to believe years ago that Dr. Umar was actually genuine to a degree. I don't believe it anymore. I used to believe it was a part of him that was genuine in his messaging. You understand what I'm saying? But now after watching him for so long and seeing how he speaks and seeing how he's not careful, me being a speaker myself and knowing how you should bridle your tongue, as the Bible says, okay? Be careful with how you speak and certain things you say. And I see how he's very, very wild when it comes to black folks, I should say. He's not wild when it comes to him talking, like I said in my last video, about Charlie Kirk, about racists. Then he's all of a sudden, oh, black folks, we need to be careful what we say. When Charlie Kirk was an extreme racist, okay? But then Dr. Umar is, we need to be careful. When it comes to speaking against his own people, Dr. Umar is not careful. At that point, he'll say anything and everything. He'll make fun of a black woman for having a wig on her head, okay? He'll make fun of a black man like nothing. He'll say 10% of black boys need to be destroyed. Okay, that's what he actually said, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the other races, he's like, you understand? Now he's sitting there saying, oh, well, Why would we take white dollars? Okay, but saying that don't take white dollars is not the same as coming against them for what they really are doing, and then showing us a way out and showing us how to overcome some of the white folks that actually are doing evil. Not all white folks are doing it, but for those that are, okay, those that are racist, okay. Notice he always pushes the problem, but he doesn't have an answer. At least for us. Okay, let's continue.
For your people, and you got to fight your people at the same time. But our struggles with the FDMG Academy, which are pretty much over at this point because renovations are just about done, was not so much the acquisition of the school or the
Are they?
renovating of the school. We were taken advantage of by our own people.
That seemed like he's talking himself in a circle. Let's go back and listen to that one part again. What did he just say here?
Time. But our struggles with the FDMG Academy, which are pretty much over at this point because renovations are just about done, was not
okay. So renovations just about done. Okay.
So much the acquisition of the school or the renovating of the school. We were taken advantage of by our own people, black contractors in the renovation process. That's what slowed us down. It wasn't the money from the people. It was nothing else but the black contractors. And of course,
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It's black folks. We're the problem. Always we're the problem with Dr. Umar. I'm not making this up.
we got some issues with some of the blacks in the bureaucracy of the city where we're located because there's always coonism going on, right?
Now, if y'all follow him, you know that that's a lie. He's talking about Wilmington, Delaware, the city where I went to college at. Okay, he's sitting here lying because I'm in Philadelphia. Okay, and it's near. If you don't know that, Wilmington is near Philadelphia. All right, he's lying, saying that Wilmington did him dirty and all this kind of stuff. Let me rewind to you here one more time.
The money from the people. It was nothing else but the black contractors. And of course, we got some issues with some of the blacks in the bureaucracy of the city where we're located because there's always coonism going on, right?
Okay, so there's always coonism going on. Now, as I said before, Dr. Umar is the greatest Uncle Tom. Dr. Umar is the greatest Uncle Tom. One more time to say it like Umar, he's the greatest Uncle Tom. All right. I won't even call Dr. Umar a coon because he's something above a coon. So I can't even call him that. He's something above. To call him a coon is making coons look bad. I don't want him to disrespect the coons like that. Okay. So all jokes, I really wouldn't even do that. All right. All right. And so now he's calling the people that have said Dr. Umar, and they've been more than people that in Wilmington, Delaware have been. In Wilmington, Delaware, people say it was crime rate, all kind of stuff. People in Wilmington, Delaware are nice. I'm saying right now. People in Delaware are much, in my opinion, are 10 times nicer than people in Philadelphia. They're much more kinder. All right. And Dr. Umar knows that. People in Philadelphia that go to Delaware, we know that people in Delaware are nicer. They're kinder. Okay. In my opinion, they're definitely kinder. They're nice for the most part. Okay. Because there's just more stuff going on in Philadelphia. There's more type of things going on. There's all kinds of stuff in Philadelphia that you just don't, Wilmington is not a perfect place, but it's nowhere near like it is in Philadelphia. I'll just say that. Okay. If you live here, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So Dr. Umar going there, he knows all of that. He knows that he on easy street. He knows that the tax is better. That's what, and all kind of stuff. He know why he went there. And he's sitting there attacking them.
But outside of that, we good to go. It's going to be a struggle. What the Nope. The problem with the 50 million Negroes in America is we don't really want to be free. We don't want to be independent. We don't even want to be equal. We want to be comfortable under oppression. Black people are not struggling for freedom, justice, and equality. We just want white people to like us and treat us better. If white people like us and treat us better, we don't give a damn what they do to us, how bad they miseducate our kids, and how much of our tax money they steal. King Kong consciousness. Let's go.
Hey, if you don't know, we're talking to Mr. Dr. Umar. He's in here giving us some.
I understand why people in my comments, I've seen people in my comments more than a few times saying, stop calling him doctor, stop calling him doctor. And I'm telling it's only because that's his name, because I really be feeling what y'all be saying when y'all be saying stop calling him doctor. Because you see what he does, it's a disrespect to doctors to call this man a doctor. Because it is in his title, I will call him that, and only because of that, y'all. Let's continue.
Light.
If you don't know, you're going to learn.
Yeah.
You're going to learn today. Yeah. Black Wall Street Boston.
Talk about
See, before you struggle with black folks, you got to take everybody who claim to be conscious and you got to divide them into three groups. Right? I'm talking about those who are in the know. So we do this and make you think they are long enough to get to where they want to go, and then they disappear on your ass. Be careful of the opportunities. They worse than the coon, because the coon you can see coming. You can see the coon coming. You can't see the hustler coming. Y'all know I know what I'm talking about.
Umar would be good at basketball. I really think he would be, because he be doing layups. He be doing layups of just crazy to folks. He be doing alley-oops like crazy. Look at what he just said. I think that he would be excellent at doing alley-oops. Look at this.
appear on your ass. Be careful of the opportunities. They worse than the coon, because the coon you can see coming. You can see the coon coming. You can't see the hustler coming. Y'all know I know what I'm talking about.
We do, Dr. Umar. We know for sure. I call them the grift that keeps on giving. The grift that keeps on grifting. The gift that keeps on giving. And y'all know why I call them that. Sorry to hype like Dr. Umar. Y'all know why I call them that. That is the layup, the alley-oop. He said, you can't see the hustler coming. I wonder why he would say such a thing. But let's just continue.
See, Boston has a black bourgeoisie, right? Y'all might have the original black bourgeoisie. In fact, y'all black bourgeoisie might be worse than our Philadelphia black bourgeoisie. But check this out. You can't control black people without black people. See, the gatekeeping Negro elite of Boston is the reason y'all got such a big gentrification problem. The gatekeeping elite of Negro Boston is the reason why black Boston and white Boston have one of the largest black-white inequality gaps in the entire country. You can't do that to black people unless you use black people. So we cannot be afraid to expose the coons. The coon Illuminati.
So you see here, the coon Illuminati. Why don't you say the Coonalati? Let me see if he says that.
You must expose them. So you got your opportunity.
I can't say that. So now Dr. Umar has taught us a lesson. Have all of y'all been taking notes? The lesson is this. Racism is our fault. I heard a woman online years ago. I've been to Boston like once. I've not traveled to Boston like that. I was there passed through there for a funeral, okay? Of a friend of mine years ago. But I will say this. All right, I heard actually more than one person say that Boston was racist. The black folks, it was racist. I don't know that. If you're Boston, let us know in the comments. I'm not, I don't be in Boston like that. All right. But based on what Dr. Umar is saying, it's our fault. Once again, you do the math. The sum total that comes out with out of Dr. Umar's lips is always black folks. It's y'all fault. Y'all the dummies. Okay. It's always we the ones that are the problem. All right. Now, some of y'all may be a Umar fan and saying to yourself, you hating on Dr. Umar, but at the end of the day, he's trying to show us the mistakes that we make it so we could do better. The problem with him is that he doesn't show us how to do better. Okay? If he really was concerned with us doing better, do you think that he would have not had that school open by now? All right? Think about that. Do you think that the school would have almost been sold in the sheriff's cell recently, even though he had collected millions of dollars for that school? But he squandered the money that was given. This money was not given him as money for him to live with. It was actually given for the school specifically. That means that if he got $10 million, okay, and he spent let's say he got $10 million, right? And the school cost $1 million. That means that he should have had $9 million left over, okay? Even if 20 years passed, he still should have $9 million left over if the school cost $1 million, because the money was sent only for the schools, not meant for him to deliver upon. That's why Dr. Umar himself said, I don't take the donations for the school. I don't ever ask for money. Okay, so and that's true. He doesn't ask for money. Okay, he asks money for the school, and then he uses that money. That's why the school almost was sold in the sheriff's cell. Simple as that. Does Dr. Umar address that? No. Instead, what he does, he comes on these shows and he attacks Delaware as if it's their fault that he squandered the money. Okay, like he just said, you don't see the hustler coming. Think about it. He does it right in front of our faces. He stole the money that was given as a donation. The school almost was sold in the sheriff's cell. He had no answer for the fact that the money that was given him as donation should have been able to cover that small amount of money that was causing the school to be sold. He himself admitted that he was trying to get a hookup from Delaware. But why are you in a hookup when you got millions of dollars in your back pocket? Because he stole the money. That's why. He never addressed the fact that where's the money at? Okay. Out of his own mouth, he admitted that he collected over $1 million. And out of his own mouth, he also admitted that the school cost $400,000. Out of his own mouth, he also said that he doesn't spend any of the money. It's all for the school. So therefore, where's the money at? Okay. Did the renovations for the school cost more than the school itself? Even if that was the case, he still should have had nearly $1 million left. But was that the case? No. Look at the school. When they show you the school looks awful. Outside the things that look good because they were like that from the very beginning, okay? The school doesn't look that great. All right, he's talking about renovations. Come on now.
right? And then you got your ride or dies. They the real brothers and sisters. You understand me? They willing to go to jail for the struggle. They willing to die for the struggle. They willing to lose everything they got for the struggle. That's 1/3. And then your last third, they mean well, but they're not going to sacrifice anything for the people. You got to be careful with them, because if the pressure get put on them too hot, even though they think they for the people, they will fold like an old bag of potatoes. Know who you struggling with.
I think we've seen all those types.
That's right. You're going to keep on seeing more of them types until we start financing ourselves. But you don't want to dig up the ground. You want water, but you don't want lightning. Frederick Douglass said a man will only get what he pays for.
Why was that in slow motion? I don't know. Let's continue, y'all. Let's go.
Oh, and by the way, hold on, the ancestors. Hold on. Yesterday, 1859 Harper's Ferry raid, led by white man John Brown. Right? There were 5 black men who fought for John Brown, and we never talk about them 5 black men.
Let's go back to the comments. This is a long. This is 30 minutes. No, I don't think I'll watch this whole thing. Probably skip ahead. Let's go down here, y'all. The Teflon Khan. I like that. Wow, Umar is such an idiot. No certificate of occupancy. No teachers. No no floors. I said no certificate of occupancy. No teachers, no floors. I said no certificate of occupancy. No teachers, no floors. Oh, yes. That's what Dr. Umar always says. Oh, yes. What a comment by Dre Cole 12. Appreciate that, Dre Cole. Give Dre Cole a hand. Give Dre Cole a hand. Put the phone back up here. Let's look at the next comment, y'all. No, no ham, no burger. No ham, no burger. No ham, no burger. Oh, yes. Let's look at the next comment. I really hope this brother makes good on his word. Do you understand me? Y'all really hope that he's going to make good on his word? Wow. Renovations are just about done. He's been saying this for about 4 years. Let's look at the replies to this. Just about done, but no more remediation. Now, if you don't know what the word remediation means, it means to clean up. Some of y'all don't know that. If some of y'all don't know that. Not saying that. Like, see what I'm saying? I don't assume. Okay. I'm not assuming that everybody don't know about it, but if you don't know about that, okay? All right. I don't believe that all black people are dumb and like Umar does. It's about, but that's a word that I personally didn't know about until I started working with community groups. So we were working with we were fighting against developers and they had to remediate certain areas, which means to clean up completely, and they didn't do it. That's why I see that word. I thought to say that. Just about done, but no mold remediation ever taking place in those mold infested buildings. He will be just about done, probably for 3 more years. Then he will claim sabotage and sell the buildings. Fools will of course believe the sabotagers sent him money so he can repeat the scam in another city. Akira Yuki 5150. He said all of the renovations were completed in September 2023. Wow. Yet, he's talking about more work that needs to get done. School up and running. I read that part. Okay, let's keep on going. But you got 6 white degrees. Uh-oh. They right about that one. Because Pecan, Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine on Sea Line Avenue, Dr. Umar, you know good and well. I don't think that's a black-run school, Dr. Umar, but you had no problem going there. And you always talking about that degree. Not him eating and smacking in the podcast mic, shaking my head. Didn't Umar say that he used white contractors to work on the school? Yes, he did, says Jay LaRon Presents. He said the black contractors didn't want to help or was doing bad work, so he had to use white contractors, which was a complete lie. Renovations ain't done. Ain't no school, y'all. Let's hit play again.
Osborne Anderson, who was the only black survivor. Dangerfield Newby.
Yes, you know what? Let's put a little bit more. We're going to skip near the end. And Umar looking like he really going in. He's like, yeah, I'm about to scam more people. I really appreciate y'all allowing me to go in.
First to die for John Brown was a black man. Lewis Sheridan Leary, Shields Green, and John Anthony Copeland. So I want to shout out those 5 black men who gave their life for us to be free. Also was the anniversary yesterday of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan's.
I gave some of the critics. See? Umar is saying something good about black folks. See? You got to even it out. You got to, of course, throw something in. You can't be totally negative. Okay? Also, I want to say that I believe for sure that Umar memorized all them names before he came on. He memorized a lot of stuff he's going to say to throw it out here. Okay? I don't think he just sits back and just says stuff. And I say that, though he could just have the information in his mind. But I believe that because he's such a con man and a hustler, as he just spoke about a hustler, before he goes on these interviews, he thinks of different people he can bring up. Okay? He knows what the interview is going to be about. And he just lets it out.
1995 Million Man March. I was there as the newly elected Black Student Union president of Millersville University of Pennsylvania. And also yesterday, October 16th, 1968, was John Carlos and Tommy Smith at the Olympics. Put up the black fist, black power, October 16th, 1968. And I got to give a shout out to Black Boston. Today, October the 17th of 1787, Prince Hall, the father of the Black Masons, no, I am not a Mason, but the father of the Black Masons and one of the grandfathers of Pan-Africanism, on this day in 1787 at the Boston legislature, Prince Hall introduced a resolution to provide black children in Boston with equal education, just like the white children in Boston, and he did it in 1787. Today, black power.
Now, I had one of my questions.
Now, this is the thing. Dr. Umar, it's really crazy, right? Dr. Umar could easily just go on interviews, seriously, from the beginning, go on interviews on radio, giving education about black history, and that could be his career. There's nothing wrong with that, because black history is something that a lot of black folks don't know, okay? Seriously. The school I went to, the elementary school I went to, we learned all about black history, but when I thought that everybody knew about it, I actually thought, why are you telling us about black history so much? I'm tired of hearing this. But when I left that school, my elementary school, I was like, wow, I never realized how many kids, at least in Philadelphia, don't know about black history at all. Because the public schools don't teach that here, okay? At least when I was going to school. When I went to high school, I didn't have any black history at all. I went to high school for 3 years and I didn't get any black history at all. None. History that I had was, I had like 1 or 2 history classes and it was just regular American history. That was it. All right. So Dr. Umar just doing that, if he just did that alone, I think he'd be fine. He knows how to speak the English language, okay, in a clear manner for people to understand. Why not just do that? Why do you have to be having this con going on? You know what I mean? I don't get that. I really don't get that. But let's continue. Of course, people will say for the money. Okay, but let's continue.
About the Million Man March.
Go ahead. Throw it out there.
I was there.
You was there too?
Oh, man.
I was there. We got there 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun didn't even come up. We was there when it was less than 50 people.
I think I was that early too because I was selling t-shirts, but
I might have bought one. You sold me that extra tight Million Man March tee. It was a wife beater. That t-shirt was tightish.
They were actually, I was married to Father John's people, so
okay.
I had access. It was really an amazing event.
Beautiful. Go ahead.
Y'all think it's an accident that dude Dr. Umar knocked that phone down? You think it's intentional? Let's continue.
I think that we need another one. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Do we need another Million Man March? I'm not against it. But here's my constructive criticism to the Honorable Minister. If we're going to do it again, this time it needs to have teeth and a serious follow-up.
Now, this is the funny thing, right? Dr. Umar is supposed to be so knowledgeable, right? Do you know it's a Million Man March coming up right now? It sounds all across Philadelphia about a Million Man March is coming up right now. Do you guys know that? But Dr. Umar is supposed to be so knowledgeable, doesn't even seemingly know this at all. All right, I think that's surprising. He doesn't even know that at all. And this is not I believe this is a newer video. This is not an old video. Okay, this is actually a newer video. and he's supposed to be in Philly, all kinds of stuff. It sounds all across the city that they have MMM. He doesn't even know that. But let's continue.
Because we did not get the million more movement until 10 years, at least 10 years or more, after the Million Man March. We cannot bring that many black men together in the same place and not have a blueprint that we move out on immediately. We poured millions of dollars into Washington, D.C.'s white restaurants, white hotels.
We gonna fast forward, y'all. I would let him go through this whole thing, but it's hard for me to listen to him a lot that long, okay?
I'm good.
I have some of these grapes myself.
Like I dropped this.
Oh, I already. I seen it. I seen it. I was like, I had to have a fall up the last time.
You got some explaining to do.
I had it.
Oh, man.
Did you just see them?
Get ready to celebrate the brilliance and resilience that makes inspiring.
What's going on, King?
Ask him what he said you got to talk about.
Yeah, I got to speak at Suffolk University tonight, but they're not opening it up to the...
Let me fast forward past what to see me a commercial here.
All right, now look, you just come down and we'll just link up. You know how we do it once we've all done.
But we're not finished yet. That better not be getting me in trouble with the Boston Nation of Islam.
I'm a father, a pastor.
They good brothers, though. Good brothers.
Delivered for this city for decades. District 7 deserves
And most,
with
all
the
of them,
experience,
like
the youth,
usually,
the heart
the
to
minister
serve,
will call
and
me.
the courage to stand
And
for
those
what's
every
right,
office, I'm a
even when
Christian
it's
preacher.
hard.
Now, if y'all saw me before, I've said, I think one of my last videos, that Dr. Umar has a fake laugh, and it's and all jokes aside, you know, we talking about laughing here, and it's kind of ironic, but all jokes aside, master manipulators know how to not just cry on cue, but they actually know how to laugh on cue. And one of the strongest, if not the strongest tools of a con artist is actually to laugh on cue, okay? Because when a person laughs, they drop all their guards, okay? They drop all their guards when a person laughs. It's one of the best ways to con somebody or to get someone to do whatever. Think about it. I want y'all to stop thinking for a second, okay? Think about it. And then you know what I'm talking about. What is one of the most easiest ways for a man to get into a woman's pants? It's to make her laugh. Seriously. I'm not making this up. Okay? Seriously. Okay? How do you make people laugh? Sometimes it's by laughing yourself. There's a such thing called contagious laughing. Okay? Something I actually did learn in high school and in school. I didn't learn a lot in high school. I went to a public school, but it's one of the things I did learn in public school. It's a such thing as contagious laughing. Okay? And I believe Dr. Umar knows about that. Look how he's laughing. He's stomping his foot, but then he can stop on cue. If a laugh is a real laugh, why do you boom and stop on cue? Let's look at this.
City for decades. District 7 deserves
And most,
with
all
the
of them,
experience,
like
the youth,
usually,
the heart
the
to
minister
serve,
will call me.
and the courage to stand
And
for
those
what's
every
right,
office, I'm a
even when
Christian
it's
preacher.
hard. My
Like,
city for decades. I'm a father, a pastor.
They good brothers, though. Good brothers.
Delivered for
Is that a real laugh? And we say, well, we don't know what he's laughing about. It don't really matter, but let's go back a little more.
This is Yard Culpepper, candidate for district.
yeah, I hit you back when we out.
Let me thank all of you that
All right, now look,
made
you just come down and we'll just
to
link
get
up.
me
You know how we
to
do it
this
once we've all done.
But we're not finished yet. District
That better not be getting me in trouble with the Boston Nation of Islam.
I'm a father, a pastor.
They good brothers, though. Good brothers.
Delivered for this city for
Or it could be that what he was saying, he thought it was a little funny, but he's still pushing it. You know, you think it's a little funny, but you're just really pushing it. Or just to say you over laughing, okay? I think it's just fake. I think it's all fake. All right. Some of y'all may look at me and say, well, man, you really reaching. I'm not reaching. All right. And that's the reason why people like Dr. Umar get over on a lot of people that watch him. Because just like America, okay, and Umar and America are very similar in the way that they both have a lot of conning going on, a lot of lying going on. And the way they succeed is by going further than you ever would imagine they would. You think, oh, their limit is here, but their limit is they are limitless. They have no limit. They will do anything and everything to deceive you. And because you don't believe that, they always are ahead of you. Okay, let's continue.
District 7 deserves
And most
with
all
the
of them.
experience.
I'm live, see. I'm on the IG.
Oh yeah. I already know. I seen that. And the last time they had the Minister Farrakhan came in, I was like, guys, you see, Minister Dawn, come on, bro. Like, he didn't say nothing wrong.
3 minutes. I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna ask you a question about D'Angelo.
Okay. You know what we need? We need a conference. Right. We need a conference of independent black grassroots organizations who take.
I'm gonna fast forward so we can pass this music real quick, because I don't know if this stuff is copyrighted or something like that. Hold on.
One for this grassroots, we want to keep it separate because we want it to grow.
Yeah, we don't want no white money.
Yeah, we want it to grow.
We want to be free.
Because I know you can. You
can take a caller. Take a call.
No, I got a question over here.
Okay,
I'll take that call in a second. But someone already sent me a question.
Gotcha.
And the question was...
In black...
Listen, my brother, security over there gave me the wrap-up sign.
The wrap-up sign.
I want to give you a chance to... Man, I think you came out with it first, right? But I want you to close it now.
How do we close?
Leave Boston with.
The message I want to leave Black Boston with.
When a person say something, can y'all answer a call?
Go ahead. Can we do a call?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's take a call.
Yeah.
I'll be along like, Dr. Umar, why are you rapping on them people? He but listen, King, son. Listen, King. Why are you believing on them lies? Let's see what this person gonna say. I'm sure that they probably been screened to be pro Umar. Let's see what they say. Maybe I'm wrong.
Take a call.
All right.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Let me get him in here. Let me get him.
You don't know how to do it?
You got him in queue?
Who's that? Hold on, baby. Hold on.
No, take the phone up the
You hear me?
Yeah, hold on.
and now pull up the phone on the board.
Put it all the way up. All the way up. Yeah.
There you go.
You in there?
He's on there. Just turn him up a little bit.
There you go.
I can hear you, King.
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
No. Hold on, brother.
Whoa, who are you, brother? Who are you? You can be a plant. Who are you?
Tell us who you are first, my brother.
You looking like you a play like me? Like, all right.
Okay, DJ Black. Talk to me, DJ Black. Peace, God.
It sounds like the guy saying, if you listen, it sounds like he actually is talking, but he just sounds low. I wonder why that is. So we just can't hear the guy. Okay, I see what's going on. They got so the only they can hear it.
He right next to me. Oh, yes, sir. Got you.
I can't hear him.
At my Dr. Umar return, we're going to have a date for you soon.
Yep.
I'm going to try to definitely make that independent black.
Yeah, definitely seem to be pro Umar, but let's see what Umar gonna respond to this. What?
Powerful. Let me say this to my Boston Black family. We're going to definitely make that independent Black grassroots organization conference work. We're going to start working on that. My Dr. Umar return. We're going to have a date for you soon.
Yep.
I'm going to try to get back next month, November. I'm going to put it on C. We're going to try to make it happen next month, at least for my talk. And then we can plan that independent Black grassroots organization conference. But if anybody needs to reach me, if anybody needs to reach me, this is my cell number. You can text me. I don't answer the phone, but you can text me and I will text you back. 215-989. You got to text me. No doubt. But you got to text me, Bobby. Them voicemails, I don't get to them. I got you. So let me get the people this number. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. 215.
Black. Hold on.
215.
It'd be funny if the guy was calling him a con artist and Dr. Umar was just like, appreciate you. He was like, why you scheming my son on that money? Got you. You a scam artist. I appreciate you. He just saying anything. it would just be fun. I can tell that the guy is actually saying something that Umar want to hear though, because I can kind of hear it faintly. But I also don't like the way that they put this guy on, and we can't hear the guy. But I guess on the radio they could hear him, but I don't know. I want to actually hear I gotta go look for a video of Dr. Umar actually talking to people that, you know, maybe I can find out. If I can, I'll do a video on that where he's talking to these people on the radio and they question him, because you don't see a lot of that.
989-985 me. My email is Prince of Pan Africa.
All right, shout out to my man DJ Black, amazing brother here, good DJ, really entrenched into the community. So my brother Chris telling me you have to go, and
right.
You don't want to tell us where you're going because you can't, but we love that you came here.
I'm telling everybody.
Real Black Radio was
Every time, well, shout out to C and Wawa for bringing me, and every time Wawa been quiet.
Okay, so that seemed to be the end of that.
A big reason why we struggle is the voices we choose don't stay financially independent.
Right.
If you're working for white people, you can't lead black people. They got to be financially independent.
There are a lot of times, like when you talk about the NAACP, and I hate
Who will come from that? If you're working for white people, you can't lead black. Is that what he just said?
Financially independent.
Right.
If you're working for white people, you can't lead black people. They got to be financially independent.
Okay, so basically he's saying you can't. He basically, and you could actually say that what he's saying is that, and especially if he's a planner, which I believe he is, he's saying, look, if you're a black person and you see that is going on, but you work for any job where but white people are in charge, which a lot of jobs are, don't even think about trying to lead black folks. Don't do anything about trying to help any of your own people, because you need to be working for black folks first. So handle that. Find that out first. Find how to work for black folks first. Then stand up for your own people. That essentially just slows progress down. Okay? But that's the kind of, remember when I said he's very loose with what he says? Okay? He'll just say anything. All right. But it's not just anything. There are things, like I said, when you take down, when you look at what he says, you have to break it down and add it up. And that's the sum that comes out of what he just said. When you tell somebody, if you're not working for a black person, if you're working for, basically it's what he said. He said white people don't say black, because what he really was saying was that if you're not working for a black person, you can help a black person. You know, he said if you're working for a white person, you can help a black person. Okay, but that's the same thing. All right, it's basically saying, look, at the end of the day, black folks, stop trying to do stuff for your own people. Unless you are in this type of position. Dr. Umar, why is it necessary? Doesn't matter. I'm just telling you that. Sit down and stop trying to speak up. Okay? You know what? Before we go, I'm going to try to actually look real quick. We have 47 minutes. I'm going to look real quick to see if I can find somewhere where Dr. Umar is talking to people that are questioning him for real. It's a Sunday night. I got time today. Let's go.
People were talking... I don't want to change the subject, but people were talking about you and they're talking about, well, what is he doing with that money? He's doing the campaign to raise money to build.
Oh, man.
That's what I said. But they don't ask that about when they pay them tithes to the churches every week.
No, they don't.
They don't say nothing about their pastor riding down in the big fat Cadillac.
They never ask the rappers. They don't go to the rappers and say, what you do with all the money we do with our tickets?
Now, mine, it says the name of this video is Dr. Umar Johnson. Why aren't the FDMG lights on? And this is pro Umar, okay?
I ain't never seen him down at the school board meeting asking the school district of Philadelphia, what you doing with my tax dollars? But soon a black man say he wants to raise money and do something positive. Now we need a business plan. We need a curriculum.
Yeah, you do need a business plan. Mind you, this is six. What is this? How many years ago is this? When did this video come out? I want to see here. I mean, look at the what this says here. Okay, this is 2019. I believe he got the. I'm trying to think. I think he got the buildings in 2019. I'm not mistaken. Right. Because he already has. That's what some of the FDMGs were. Of course, he has the buildings. Okay, so he has the buildings now. He just got the buildings. Okay, just got the buildings. But you have to understand, when he got those buildings, he had at least over $1.5 million that he tells us that he had in his hands. He bought the buildings for let's say he just had $1 million. Okay, bought the buildings $400,000. Should have had $600,000 left over. And you can't get the lights on. You can't get the lights on? What on earth are you doing? Okay.
Negro ain't even got a GED. Talk about he need to review my business plan. Get the hell out of here.
That's like they did the same thing with the millionaire about what the Nation of Islam do with all that money.
Yeah.
I I gave, and I don't care. They could have used my money for wallpaper as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, and the argument don't stop, Brother Dave, because now that I got the school, now they say, well, is it really his? How long he gonna take to open it? You understand me? Why the lights ain't on? Of course the lights ain't on because I'm waiting for the electrician to do the full inspection, because if I turn that electric on and start a fire, we ain't gonna have no school.
Matter of fact, situation where they was talking about the beloved John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, it's not about individual slander or worship. It's about systems. I focus on systems. Just like you got a lot of black people now talking about Donald Trump and what Donald Trump don't do. Don't make this about a personality. That's what.
How about this? I mean, he could argue goodness, but I would say this. If I was going to buy a building like that, I want an inspection done before I bought the building. I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If I was buying, it's a building out that I was looking at. I'm not going too much into this. This building I'm looking at in Philadelphia for something that I'm involved in. That's it's more than is double $400,000. I'll just say that. All right. And if I had the money just to throw at that, I'm gonna tell you now, I would have to know that stuff is ready. I would have to, if the lights, if they couldn't say, look, we can show you the building with the lights on, I have to say, look, y'all need to get that up to par, or at the very least, I need to know for sure this could be done. He's saying he bought the building. He's trying to tell us essentially the lights aren't on because I need to have the inspector do it, fix all that stuff up. But you bought the building though. That doesn't make any sense. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that's just a lie. Of course, what he's saying is just a lie. He's saying want to get the lights on. But if you think about it, if you're in that position, does that make any sense? To buy a building that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you need things to be fixed. Well, why wouldn't that be done before? You know what I mean? But let's continue.
They want you to do. Because if you limited this for personality and you ignore the evil of the system, all they got to do is switch Trump out, switch somebody else in, and you'll think it's doing better when it's doing the same thing. Right. It's not the person in the office, it's the office itself. The presidency. The personality don't matter.
You can take Donald Trump out and put in Mike Pence, and what's going to be any better?
Exactly. Or Cory Booker, or Bernie Sanders, or whoever else.
Right, he had to go right to a black person, or Cory Booker, whoever, okay? You stop talking about white people, stop talking about them. Let's go, make sure we include a black person in there first. Then back to Bernie Sanders, okay? That's who he really is. That's who he's been for a long time.
Thing will change. When you vote for the president, you are voting for a personality, not a policy. The policy is already set.
Which exercises institutionalized racism.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll say it's amazing. So, Colin, did you have something else you wanted to say?
Wait.
Okay.
The reason why I asked that, I'm not part of whatever the other caller was talking about.
Okay.
The reason why I asked that is because for some reason, especially how I grew up, people praise John F. Kennedy the same way they praise Obama. So what I'm saying is Obama, like John F. Kennedy, was just the most president too. I'm trying to say that in all the discussing each role, like Bill Clinton, how he played a role in the destruction of blacks, I'm touching on what role did John F. Kennedy play, because no one that I know, even at that time, has criticized John F. Kennedy like that. Like he got swept under the rug. That's what I'm asking.
I agree with you. He was also a manipulator of black emotion, but of course he was murdered, and LBJ took his place, and LBJ was also a manipulator of black emotion. Let me say this. One of our weaknesses as a people when it comes to politics, we have to like you personally in order to vote for you. That is a very bad political practice of black people. I do not have to like you to do business with you. I do not have to like.
Now, what does that sound like? Now, he always speaking in code. We gotta like you to do business with you. We got to do business with you. We gotta like you to vote for you. It sounds like he's saying vote for Donald Trump to me. Doesn't it? He's not gonna say that because he speaks in code. He speaks in backwards talk a lot. Okay. He speaks in talks that he, like I said in my other video, what Dr. Umar does, he speaks just like playing pool. He'll say one thing and he'll say a word, hit the white balls and knock you over here and knock you over there, because he doesn't want to just say, let's throw this person into the corner pocket over there. He doesn't want to say he can't do that. So what he has to do is he has to use words to bounce people around, bounce your mind around. Okay.
You to vote for you. Business and politics is about getting resources and opportunities, concessions for exchange. When I go into your store, I ain't got to like you to buy that automobile. I'm paying for a service or a product. Black people have to eliminate this personalization of politicians to the point that.
But didn't you just say in the other video? Of course, that's a recent video. This is an older video. This is a 5-year-old, 6-year-old video. Okay, Dr. Umar said, I don't gotta like you to go buy from me. But then in the other video, you said don't buy from white folks. Okay, exact opposite. I want to thank you guys for watching. It's your boy, Brother Winston, back at it again. This video is less than an hour, and that's what's up. Okay, I don't want the videos to be too long, but they're gonna be as long as they need to be. You understand? So people can get some understanding. Hopefully, you got some understanding from this video. Hopefully, at the end of the day, you can share this video with somebody. Also, I'm gonna say this before I get out of here, because somebody may try to say this in the future, and I'm always careful what I say. I'm not saying that I'm about to buy a multi-million-dollar building myself right now. Okay, when I mentioned that the building that's double the price of the FDMG. Okay, I just want to say I can't really go into that. Okay, right now, especially when I can't go into online. But I'm not saying that I'm about to throw the money down, but I am saying that I am involved with that. I will say that. Okay. But I don't have that money just laying around my back pocket for me to do that. But if you are a business person, you know that there are a variety of ways to do things, okay? I'll just say that, all right. But yeah, so I don't want anyone in the future say, oh, didn't you say that you about to buy something? I'm like, no, I didn't say that, okay? But that's what you thought that you may have heard, okay? But yeah, y'all. So, and there's other things I could go into for real estate, other things I've been involved in with different jobs that I had done at times, okay? But I'm not going to go into right now. But I want to thank you guys for listening, tuning in. It's your boy, Brother Winston, back at it again. And stay safe, okay? Keep your eyes on God. And yeah, y'all. Till next time, for everyone that's subscribed, or if you haven't subscribed, you like my videos or whatever it may be, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace.